Alright, welcome back in. We're checking out some more Steam Next Fest games. This is Super Fantasy Kingdom. It is tagged as strategy, simulation, city builder, base building, and I think I need to add roguelite on there. The description of the game is rebuild your kingdom and explore a vibrant fantasy world in this roguelite city builder. Defeat hordes of monsters with a unique team of defenders as you harvest, build, mine, cook, brew, and grow. But should your defenses fail, be prepared to watch it all burn. And it's so far got a neat little gameplay loop. You start unlocking things and building things, and you just progress there. You hire heroes who kind of defend your, I'm going to call it gate, but the bridge to your kingdom, essentially. And there's just waves of monsters that try to get in. You have to defeat the whole wave, and when you have completed the day and defeated the wave, then your heroes go and level up, and you continue on. The interesting piece here is all these roads outside the city and some of these building slots, I unlocked on the previous run. And then I got overwhelmed and killed, and then we woke up, and the king who you're playing as is like, what? How did this happen? And so each of these little locations I've unlocked have different things. The crossbow that I'm using, I recruited from here. I'm going to recruit this swordsman and put him out front here. Get him from there. And then, like, you can see how I'm going to go to different places. And not only are you unlocking new units, but you have these crystals that you get each day, and you unlock meta progression with that. So here it says, upgrade the village to start with 1x worker more in future cycles. So for 50 crystals, I can start with an extra worker. And I've had a couple spots, so I get an extra wood, an extra stone. And so this is like your meta progression as you push back the fog of war. You can see I got all kinds of things over here. Let's see if I can actually unlock one. No, it's going to tell me I don't have enough. Yeah. So I need enough glory, and I get glory by killing enemies to push further and unlock new things. Yeah, looks like I'm finished there. So we've won our day. We're heading home. The village is just kind of automated. You have to assign workers, but beyond that, they just kind of go out and do their own thing. Then here at the end of the day, we get kind of like our score for the day, and they're coming in here to get their dinner, and depending on what they're eating, they get XP. So this is showing how each of them got kills throughout the day. So they're going to pick a spot to eat. They get the food. It looks like we didn't have enough food today, so only one person got to eat. So only one person gets the XP. That should probably be something I should solve. And that's kind of the gameplay loop. And then we're just going to progress as far as we can. And when we get overwhelmed, then we'll get killed and we'll start again. And there's some more meta unlocks. I have this guardian here. Is my lost condition. If this dies, then I lose. And there was several that you could unlock, it looks like. And there was some meta currency I could spend on upgrades. I gave this one, I think, extra health for this run. Kind of a cute little title. It's kind of cozy, kind of chill. But I definitely see this as just a good relaxation game. The soundtrack's pretty decent. There's some weird voice acting when people come to visit you sometimes. It feels... Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. They're not reading what they're saying, but they have little blurbs of like, hey, you. So, I don't know. Interesting enough. Kind of a neat little title. So, this is by Feryaz Beer, and it's published by Hooded Horse. I think, as I mentioned in the previous video, that's going to be a name that we're going to see quite a lot in these preview videos, because they look like they're serious business. So, pretty cute little title here. Like I said, kind of a semi-idle, just really chill game. I like the vibes of it. I think this is definitely a thumbs up, although maybe not quite my cup of tea, but I think it's worth a check out at least. And I'm curious to see if you could actually beat the demo. I may play this a little more off camera and see if I can, because like I said, it's kind of chill here. Got a little combo here going with this area of effect thing. I need some sort of like extra stun or something. Anyways, yeah, cool title. I definitely think you guys should check this out. So this is Super Fantasy Kingdom. Okay, we are back with a bit of a weird one. This is Technotopia. If you just really needed that, like, dystopian, futuristic Art Deco city building AI card game roguelite, that's a lot of things. I have to say it's got a very unique soundtrack and really nice aesthetic. Kind of reminds me of Art Deco things and Metropolis. Very cool. I'm gonna hop on in here. This is by Yustas, and the publisher is Alawar, and it is described as Welcome to Technotopia, a city builder card game. Take on the role of an AI designed to build a perfect city, build districts, meet the needs of diverse communities, and maintain a delicate balance between factions vying for control over you. And the way it plays, at least so far as I've gone, let's jump through this real quick, is we're going to get hands of cards, and we have to make certain shapes with matching buildings, and that will give us resources. At the same time, we have like a weekly cost, and our goal here is to not run out of money. This guy... I'm on rails here for a second. And so as I complete the shape, I got resources here, and the individual cards are also giving me resources. So they're going to have me make a straight line, and I add these decorations as you do that. Pretty dang cool. Skyscraper. And you spend your supplies at the end of the week, and our goal is to not run out. So we gotta pick an upgrade here. I can add extra resources to my deck. Last time I was really struggling with government, so I'm going to add some government. And we actually have a deck here that we are drawing these from, and you can get special cards added into it. Yep. Let's see. We could either do... Let's do a different shape here. So that shape gave me resources for the government faction. And that's kind of what your goal here is, to expand out the city and make shapes that will keep your resources high enough. And there will be these events. Okay, yep, we will do the event. It's our creator. Okay, we don't have any cards. We can continue that shape. We haven't put down any factories. Factories does look like it's our lowest. Put a factory in here. And store. I'm trying to think a little more strategically than last time, where I was just kind of plopping. I think stores are going to make another square. Factory can go there. Cut that. We don't currently have a skyscraper shape, but I need to get here for my quest. So I think we will head in that direction. Event. The crime reports are not good. It has become unsafe to walk at night. And you get choices. Let's try... We're going to set up security cameras. The government will monitor every citizen and will keep a file on everyone. So it lowered our business expenses. It's this one. It raised our government expenses and our public expenses. So there's like different bonuses and penalties based on what you do. And then we've added a ministry and a police station to our deck. We see those fly on down there. So now we have a chance to draw those. Oh, here's another one. Let's continue this. No. All right. Yep. I gotcha. He gave us a robotics factory, and then we have this one. I'm gonna make a shape out of skyscrapers, and in order to do that, I think this is gonna have to be a square here. I really need your help, Jessica Smith. I'm listening. We're expanding our staff, recruiting capable guys to engage in political activities. There's a problem. We don't have enough buildings. Could you allocate resources to construct new government buildings? Sure. Great. I'll be waiting for the news. Build 8 ministries. Okay. Will do. And that's how it kind of plays. Like, each of these factions has their own things that they want you to do. Yeah, reduce elite and business expenses. Beautiful. And you can rotate these. So, like, right here's a good spot for this because I can't make very many good shapes. So I'm going to go ahead and plop that in there. And that's the gist so far. I assume that as your deck gets bigger and your requests get more complex, it'll open up a little more. So far, neat aesthetic. Very chill. I do kind of wish... Yeah, that's my say. I do wish I could look at my deck just to see like what the card counts are and whatnot, but interesting, very unique. Yeah, kind of an interesting one. If you are interested in, again, pretty chill game, cards seem to be in as they usually are this next fest. But I'm gonna give this one a thumbs up. I like the little details. My little Art Deco dystopia I'm building here. Pretty cool. All right, we will keep working and checking out some more. And now for something completely different. This is My Lovely Empress. This is different. It is described as, My Lovely Empress is an empire management sim inspired by Asian mythology. As the Emperor of the Crimson Empire, you build relations with neighboring rulers, balance internal factions, and ensure the prosperity of your people, all before you reap their souls to resurrect your beloved Empress. This one's a little dark. This is developed by Game Changer Studios and Neon Doctrine, and the publisher is Neon Doctrine. I actually was testing this a little last night, and I lost track of time, so that's usually a good sign. We will hit continue here. Let me just load in. It's a pretty dark story. Like, your dad summoned demons to help him conquer an empire, and then they turned on him and killed him. And you play as the Emperor, who's kind of a weakling, and after his mom dies and his wife with child dies, he kind of like loses and goes mad with grief, and finds out that the knowledge to summon yokai or demons is still known to some of the imperial court. And so he decides that he's gonna use these demons to try to resurrect his wife. So we have some interesting mechanics in this one. We're trying to balance these factions and make them not mad at us. So right now I've really ticked off the traitors. Like, I need to fix this. And you'll get events, and it's really hard. It's usually like, do you side with these people or do you side with these people? So there's no making everyone happy. But we have an advantage. We have demons. So, for example, I have a sudden drought, and I have a cursed daughter. Okay, perfect one here. So far I've summoned in two yokai, and they are going to be my servants, supposedly. And it definitely also feels like they may betray and kill me. But I can take her, I can have her go check out this cursed daughter and see what's going on with it. And by doing that, we'll solve the event, and we will get money, we'll get relation with her, and we'll get some nobles' trust. I'm trying to get the nobles to 60 to complete a quest here. So we'll send her off to do that. And I think this is a season, you have like actions. Each turn within that season, you get one action point. You start with 2, so you can kind of have like one really oompy turn. Within our court here, we have various places. We have our yokai chamber, where we can summon in different ones. We need to find these things, and this is how we're able to summon them in. So we need to procure all these, and not all of them are local goods. Right now, I can go search this mountain. I can buy things in the marketplace, but one of my overarching goals at the moment is I'm supposed to reopen our borders with our neighboring kingdoms, and that will let us get those supplies. And then the Imperial Council is trying to convince the Emperor to remarry one of the neighboring kingdom's princesses to get political advantages, even though his actual plan is we are going to sacrifice people to reap their souls to keep our dead wife's soul alive long enough that we can resurrect her. So we will have to cause disasters on the people. Like, we already did a plague, and a whole bunch of people died, and we reaped their souls. And when you do those events, you end up causing all kinds of problems out here that you're also trying to solve. So it's kind of an interesting feedback loop. Like, you want to use your yokai to fix things and make things better and make people like you and grow your prosperity, but at the same time, you have to directly hurt your kingdom to kill people to get the souls to sacrifice to keep your wife's soul from dissipating. It's morbid and dark, and I kind of like it. It seems pretty narratively driven, and I'm okay with time management games like this. In other things, I don't like it so much, but this type of game, that's what it is. I'm okay with that. And the art style's okay. It kind of reminds me of like a webcomic level of art, but it's all right. And soundtrack's decent. It does do the annoying thing when people are talking that they don't actually have voice lines, so every person's like, yeah. So, I don't know. That maybe grinds on you if you don't like that type of thing. But yeah, these are pretty interesting. I like that, like, I've got all these different factions. I've got different abilities to use on the yokai. They have different, like, specializations. So, let's see, how do I... Yeah, so this is the first one I summoned in. She's got, I think this is Divinity. Yeah, Divinity is her main stat here. You can level them up. They have like stamina, so you have to like kind of manage who you have and who's resting. And that's about as far as I've gotten in this one. It's actually pretty long. I played this for a decent amount of time last night and just a smidgen today when I wanted to record this, but I'm quite interested in this. I may even make a little playthrough of the demo if there's enough content to it, because this is pretty cool. Something different, you know? I do like tasting the different dishes, as it were, and not just sticking to one thing, so might be a good palate cleanser here. So if you're into dark and morbid time management with a like Asian mythology bent to it, I think this is a pretty cool one. So you might want to check out My Lovely Empress. It's going to give a thumbs up for me for sure. I'm going to play more of this one. I think this one's going on the wish list for sure. Pretty darn cool. Okay, I think that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to just try to get these out as I finish them every couple games that I try out. And we'll see if I can't get one or two more out before the end of Next Fest. So, again, if you have found any cool gems, I have been searching through the store, but there's just so much in there. It's hard to find the wheat from the chaff, as it were. So, share any hidden gems that you found on Next Fest that have demos. I'd love to check them out and give my thoughts on them. And like I said before, it's a good way to mosey on into my wish list and hence greatly increase the odds that I may come back to you and run a series. All right, builders, hopefully this has been informative for you, and I hope you have fun on Steam Next Fest. Don't spend too much money. Get a lot of things on your wish list and support some of those independent devs, because they're making some cool stuff out there. Okay, I will catch you in the next one. Take care, builders. Build something cool.